Okay. Okay, I'm excited for y'all to be here tonight. We have the amazing privilege to hear from Crystal. And Crystal, I don't even know if she knows this. I reached out to Danielle Russell. Danielle and Phil went to Guatemala with us last year, and we just really connected with them. Travis is sitting here. And so I reached out to them and just said, who would you recommend to do a training specifically on online sales, gaining new followers, just selling online, et cetera. And like, she didn't even hesitate. And then Crystal was amazing. The second I reached out to her, she was so willing to do this. And so we are thrilled. But I'm going to let Crystal brag on herself. She asked me if she should, and I said yes. And so I wanted her to share numbers, not in any way, shape, or form to get caught in a comparison trap, because I'm nowhere near where Crystal is with sales, but it encourages me. It gives me like hope, something to strive for, and it really just gives me like aspiration, honestly, to be very vulnerable. So I asked her to share numbers, whatever she would like to share, but she started just over a year ago. Isn't that right? Yeah. And has like over 30,000 followers in her shopping group. And she shows up in my feed all the time. So I know she's doing something right. She has a background in PR. And so I'm just going to let Crystal share a little bit about her journey. And I asked her to give us some real tangible specifics that we can all apply to our businesses, and just kind of how she does it. I said, you be you, we trust you. You're the professional here. And so we're just thrilled to have you. And I appreciate it, Crystal.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you so much. I sent Julie a message back. I was like, I just squealed in my bedroom. My husband thought I was a lunatic. He's like, why are you yelling? I'm like, Julie just friended me. I was like, she asked me to do a training. He thought I was totally nuts. And so it's funny because he actually typically does trainings with me, but our little guy didn't want to go to sleep tonight. So he's with them. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for inviting me. So we launched January 30th of last year. We made Coach in November, last November, which we were super excited about. I made Trainer in March. So I made Trainer pretty quickly, and then I kind of slowed down a little bit because I was super pregnant. I always love to tell people how I found Lularoe because it's kind of a weird way. I was on Pinterest, pregnant, and I needed maternity leggings. And I found a pair of Lularoe leggings, and I was like, oh, I really want these. These are so cute. Well, you guys know how that goes, and you start looking, and I couldn't find this pair of leggings. And in 24 hours, I was obsessed. Like, I needed to find these leggings, and then it was like not even just finding leggings. I was like, I need to sell these leggings. Like, how am I going to make this happen? And so I literally was a whirlwind 24 hours. I went to my husband. I'm like, I want to sell Lularoe. And he's like, what? What do you want to sell? And I know a lot of people have done other direct sales companies before. I had never done anything. He's like, you've never sold anything. And I'm like, no, I want to sell Lularoe. He's like, all right, I mean, I guess. And I'm like, I'm going to need about $5,000. And he was like, you are not going to sell Lularoe. I don't know where you got this crazy idea, but you better put it away because it's not happening. So I gave him like 24 hours. I kept researching. I was like, I have to do this. He was super reluctant. So I went to my dad and I was like, I'm such a dad's girl. And I was like, Dad, if Richie doesn't agree, can I borrow the money from you? Because I need to prove to him that I can do this. And so I went back to Richie that night and I said, my dad said he'll give me the money. I said, so either you say that it's okay or I'm doing this with my dad. And so he was like, all right, fine. You know, he's like, worst case scenario, we're going to have $5,000 worth of clothes in your closet and we'll get over it. So I didn't buy a single piece and I signed up. And that's where I think they all thought I was crazy. Like, but don't you want to try it? I'm like, nope, I just know. And they're like, but how? You're just looking online. I'm like, I just know. And so I signed up. Anyone that waits in the queue, I feel so sorry for you because I would have died. I waited 3 days for a call and literally probably drove my entire family and all my friends crazy in those 3 days. And we got the inventory and I had no idea what to do. I literally got all the boxes and I was like, okay, so now what? And so I started with album sales in February. We were super lucky in that I really hit the ground running. I added all of my friends. I posted in fan pages and I just started going. We paid off our initial investment in 2 weeks. When I started, Richie told me I had 90 days. In 2 weeks it was paid for. And I looked at him and I said, okay, now you can't say anything else. You have to just let me take control at this point and just go about it. And he was like stunned. So he said, all right, you do whatever you need to do. So it was great in the beginning. Now, mind you, so when I launched, I was 5 months pregnant. and I had a really active 2-year-old at home. And I was like, I have to make this work. And I knew that I was going to have to do a lot of things and I was going to have to sacrifice a lot. So in the beginning, we hosted pop-ups at local businesses when they were closed. We literally went to every restaurant, hairdresser. We contacted every vendor event. We ended up between February and March. I did 7 vendor events and I did 12 pop-ups at local restaurants, hair salons, everywhere. Not even so much in homes, just trying to get the word out, because where I was, nobody knew what Lularoe was. And so I really had to educate people, and I knew the only way I was going to do that was through actually putting it in their faces. And so I would get all of my friends to post on their pages, and I would just hype it up everywhere that I could. And so we really grew a local following that way. And I think that that was a huge part of how we become so successful. To this day, I still do in-homes. I still have people shop at my house. I still do pop-ups at businesses. No matter how much I sell, I feel like it's so important to always be covering all of your bases. So I was about to go, I used to watch Betsy Thompson and fangirl over her and watch her in Periscope. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do Periscope. I felt like that was what I wanted to do. After I've kind of conquered the in-homes and I had done album sales. And so I watched her and I was blown away, and I would watch all these people on Periscope. And so I'm getting ready to do it, and Facebook Live came out. And I had all the supplies. I was ready to go. And I was like, you know what? Let me just try it on Facebook. And so I decided to do it with leggings my first night. I don't know what I was thinking, because this is the beginning when everyone was going crazy over leggings. And so in April, I went live with leggings. I was in my kitchen with hives on my chest, huge pregnant belly. Like, oh my God, I can't do this. My husband's like, just do it. You'll be fine. It was a disaster. We announced so many wrong people. We mislabeled stuff. It was chaotic, hectic, but I learned a lot. And I didn't do leggings again for a long time after that. I did other styles. And so it kind of just rolled from there. We still did album sales up until about May of last year, and then we stopped. And we've recently brought those back again in the last couple of months. And the reason for that is I felt like I was preaching to my team and other people, oh, well, album sales, and I shop album sales. I don't shop live sales. And so I was being a hypocrite. I actually posted an album sale at 8 o'clock before I got on this training call. So I try to do like a whole slew of different things. I'm going to share some of my sales numbers because I think it's really, hopefully will fire you up. I know some people feel the opposite. And if you're one of those people, I'm only doing this because I want to inspire you and show you that anything is possible. Our best month was this past March. We sold $129,000 in March. And we were gone for 6 of the days in March at Coach's Retreat. Basically, since last April, our sales had started to be about 40 in April. And we've steadily increased from there by still doing a variety of events. We still do vendor events. We still do in-homes. I do album sales. I do personal styling. I do outfits on the wall. We host parties here. And I think that that's really important because I think that you need to be able to hit every single different target audience. Some people don't like live sales. Some people don't like album sales. Some people hate outfits. And so I really try my best to do all kinds of things. So I want to I tried to write some notes because I'm total New York all over the place. I'm also a gold blue. I am super organized, but I cry at the drop of a hat. And my husband is an orange green. So we really complement each other well, except he drives me crazy because he does not follow the list that I make for him, and I want him to. So in the beginning, and even now, we hand out a minimum of 500 business cards a month. So we order them every month, and if we don't get through that stack, we will go somewhere and make sure that we get it. We leave them at the gas pump. My husband hides them in the grocery store, in between bread. I'm not even kidding. Everywhere that you could think to leave a business card, we have left a business card. On Sunday, I had a baby shower, and I went out, and he took the boys to this indoor play place. And I made little packages with business cards and leggings. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to be the creepy dad this weekend and go approach all of the women and give them free leggings at the indoor play place. You have no choice. And so he does. So we do a lot of that. Fan pages. I don't know if you guys have fan pages. Our uplines all have fan pages where we post in those. You can advertise your sales. And so in the beginning, I was consistently doing that. I don't do that as often now. In fact, I really don't do it at all. But I do that. Okay. I post my outfits on Pinterest. So when I do a flat lay outfit and I watermark it, I post that actual outfit on Pinterest and I hashtag it. And believe it or not, I'll get 3 to 5 customers a week from Pinterest that come and say, oh my God, I see the pictures of either you wearing Lularoe or the outfits you styled and I really love them. Will you help me find something? And so that's actually brought a lot of people, I never expected it to bring so many people, but it's been really super beneficial. So I am really big on using my Instagram, and I use a business page. If you don't have a business page, you have to have a business page. I cannot tell you how important it is. We boost all of our local events. So if we're having drop-in shopping on a Saturday, we usually have it Saturdays from 10 to 11 or Sundays 11 to 12. We usually do them only for an hour because we find people come early and people stay late and they kind of linger. And so it was the best time for us to cut it at an hour so that at least if they're stragglers, they can hang out. I sometimes do swag bags for the first 5 or 10 people that come. It might be like I'll get handmade Lularoe cookies, like something simple, or I'll make little bags, or maybe I'll give them some Lula cash or whatever it is. But I try to surprise the people that are consistently coming. And that's really helped us. We have a shed. So Richie's one thing from day one was you're not having people shop in the house. And I said, okay, I respect that. I'm okay with that. So we bought a shed. It came delivered and he actually put floors and a ceiling and lights, and it's small. It cost us like $4,000. But we can pick it up and we can move it. And I can fit a decent amount in there. And we sell live from there as well. It keeps us very organized. And now we have about half of our garage converted, and that's where shipping, packaging, and all of our work, like our overflow, it stays in there. I think one of the things that always surprises people is we have a really small inventory. We only carry between 1,400 and 1,800 pieces without leggings at a time. And the reason for that is our goal is to turn things over as quickly as possible. And I think that in doing that and being able to turn things over so quickly, we always have fresh new inventory. We order every single day. My biggest philosophy with ordering is I never order more than 2 in a size and a style. So if I need Lolas, I don't care if I need 12 larges, I'm only ordering 2, because I've found if I only order 2 or even 3, I get a huge variety in my inventory and I'm not stuck with a lot of duplicates. And so we order more often smaller orders versus doing really giant orders like 2 or 3 times a week. It really has worked for us. Plus, it's exciting to always being able to post, hey, I got 2 or 3 boxes coming today. Or there's been weeks when we've had, in March, there were days that we'd get 20 boxes. And so it was amazing to be able to post a picture in front of 20 boxes and be like, oh my God, look at all this inventory. We do not do a lot of shop the boxes. And I strongly encourage people not to do them because you're giving all of your brand new fresh inventory to everyone instead of sprinkling it into styles. So let me tell you some of the other things of how we grew our group, and then I'm going to talk about more of like our selling style and like our method and what we do. So I post an outfit that I'm personally wearing on Instagram and my business page a minimum of 3 days a week. It's never the same thing those 3 days a week. It's rarely leggings. And I spend a significant amount of money on like accessories and shoes from Charming. I don't know if you guys know about Charming Charlie's for myself. And I buy a lot of like chunky necklaces and really cute sandals. They're like $18 or $20. You can stock up, Target, and really accessorize your outfits. And every morning when I get on my live sale, my group's like, what are you wearing? That's the first question I've ever done. What are you wearing? What do your shoes look like? What's your necklace? Where'd you get it? And so a lot of what I get is from Charming Charlie's, which I think is really great because it's inexpensive. And so I use a lot of hashtags on Instagram and usually can pull between 5 and 10 followers a week that grab me on Instagram and then convert over to joining my group. And I think that's something really important. And like we have the FOIS hashtag, so that everything is always hashtag the FOIS. Like that's like our thing. And it's really important because you're always getting new customers and they're seeing your style and they're excited. And I think that that's the one thing that people don't do. You should be wearing Lularoe every day. I'm sure you are. And I tell some of my girls, like, if you don't get dressed during the week or you don't do a lot of live sales on a Sunday, get dressed up, do your hair and makeup, go outside, pick 5 outfits, take pictures and do it. You don't want to take pictures in Carly's. Everyone wears Carly's. You want to wear Cassie's. And I always do whatever I have the most of, that's what I'm wearing. So I walk out in the morning, I take a stock of my inventory. Okay, what do I have a lot of? Kind of like get a grasp on it. All right, I'm going to sell Lucy's and classics today. So I'm going to wear a Lucy and I'm going to wear a classic, and I'm going to make sure those are my most stocked styles, which has really, really helped us because then you have a lot of different things for people to see. On my business page, I have boosted giveaways, and I also boost the events. And I just started more recently boosting pictures. So I'll take a picture in front of a few boxes and write, new inventory arriving daily. And you don't have to spend a lot of money, but you have to figure out what works for you. And that's the one thing. Every ad, I change the people that I'm targeting. I always do women. I always do women 22 to 65 plus. And then I change the target audiences. Sometimes I do the entire United States. Sometimes I only do my local area. I do different interests. Like sometimes I'll put leggings and a ton of different styles. Other times I'll target small business owners. And I think that that's really important. One of the things that Richie has really taught me how to do well is to analyze what's working for us and what's not working. And if things aren't working, we're constantly evolving and changing and working on our processes. We ship same day. And I think that that is a huge, huge factor into why we have a really loyal customer base. People know that we are going to ship the same day. It's also because we typically do morning sales. And so I tell people you have to be consistent, but you need to be inconsistent in the times. And I know that a lot of people say, oh no, go live at 8 o'clock every Tuesday or let your VIPs know when you're going to be there. Well, the same people that are going to watch on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock are always going to watch on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. I went live randomly this weekend on Saturday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I was exhausted. I didn't want to do it. I said, you know what? Let me run out there. I'll do 2 quick styles. I sold $1,500 and I sold my oldest Amelia that I've ever had. Like one of my ones for my initial inventory way back when, and I'm not even joking, I grabbed it and I came running into the house after the sale dancing, and I was like, it's sold. I was like, I can't believe it, it's sold. And I put a little note on the tag to my assistants. I wrote, put a free accessory, because I don't want that dress back. So give her a free accessory and let's go about it. So I think that we try to go live at different times, different days. We do typically go live at 9 or 10 a.m. 4 days a week. Mondays and Thursdays, we typically go live at 9, and Tuesdays and Fridays, we typically go live at 10. But we also try to do at least one night sale a week, at least one day where we drop outfits, at least one day of drop-in shopping, and at least one day of an in-home that we host here, so that we really are hitting every single person that could want to shop. If someone wants an album, you got it. If someone like outfits, you have an outfit choice. I have found, and I'm sure you guys are probably seeing this, the personal styling appointments are amazing. I do them a little differently. I don't do them live. I actually put a post and say, what are you looking for? And then I put it up and I give that person 15 or 5 hours, 6 hours, depending on the day, to claim it. If they don't claim it, it's open up. And I found I've had more success with outfits that way than I have just blindly posting outfits, because who knows if they're the styles or the sizes. Unicorns, I put my unicorns into my regular live sales. Occasionally, I will save some of them for outfits, but I've really found that that's one of the things that my customers tell me that they keep coming back for. They're like, I don't have to buy elephant leggings from you with a Joy and a Sarah and a top. And I think that that's really important, that they trust you and they know that you're not always like, yes, there are times and you're going to want to do outfits to move pieces, but you also need to show them that you're willing to give those coveted, valuable pieces without anything else. And so I sneak them into sales. Like one day we had like 2 pairs of elephant leggings and I literally was just like, okay, look, and held them up. And I was like, first one gets it, just to like surprise them. And I also knew that it was going to be my VIPs that were on that sale because I didn't advertise that I had those leggings. It was just my everyday regular shoppers, which I really liked. I'm going to scan my notes and make sure that I did. Referral programs. I don't know if you guys do referral programs, but we have with our local shoppers, if they bring a friend, they'll get $5 off that purchase that day. And their friend will also get $5 off. I don't do a lot. I only do a little bit, but it really incentivizes a lot of my locals to bring friends. We have a pop-up tent that we put outside, and we usually put a table underneath it so that people can hang out. We have our fenced-in backyard right there, and the kids can run around and, you know, do different things. So they're encouraged to bring their children, which I think helps give them a little more free time. I think also, so you get all of these customers from doing all these things, from boosting on your business page, from posting on Pinterest, but what are you going to do to make them stay? Like, how are you going to make them want to be loyal shoppers? What kind of customer service are you going to provide to them? And I think that that trumps any of the things that you can do to bring them in. Because yeah, you could do giveaways and you could do things and you can get all these shoppers into your group, but they might not really be shopping or they might not really be engaged. So I post every single day in my VIP group. But here's the thing. You can't just post whenever. It has to be really strategic and planned. And one of the things that I think a lot of people don't know is 50% of the US population is in the Eastern time zone. 50%, that's a lot. So a lot of the times you're going to want to post thinking about that. So if you're on the West Coast, you want to think about where in their day are they going to be at. So like, I'm sure most of you, I check my Facebook in the morning when I wake up. I check it usually around lunch, and then I usually scroll through it maybe around dinner time, and then maybe once again when I'm in bed. For Facebook, the best times to post are first thing in the morning. 7 or 8 a.m. Eastern time is the best. And then Thursdays and Fridays between 1 and 3 p.m. because they say that people are at their desks and they're at work or they're having lunch or they're doing things and they're bored and they're ready for the weekend. So they're searching through. And then Saturdays at noon. I don't really know why. Saturdays at noon has always been one that I've never understood. But in all of my research, you know, for my previous job and from this, that's always something that's kind of come through. Instagram is always first thing in the morning. So 6, 7, 8 a.m. If you do a test, because I do this often, if I post at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I might get, you know, a couple hundred. If I post at 7 or 8 in the morning, my likes on an Instagram picture are substantially higher. And it always rings true. And I think that that's really important, is that you should be looking at those things. And I'm not green, so I struggle with this, but Richie's really good at going through and being like, okay, so see this post that you did on Monday at 10, we didn't get good interaction when we did those. But when you did it at 8 a.m., we did so much better. And so I think it's really important to constantly be looking at statistics, figuring out where you are, when you're getting your best engagement, when people are liking your posts. And then in Pinterest is actually 7 to 10 p.m. on weeknights. So if you're going to post your outfits, you're going to want to do that between 7 and 10 p.m. during the week. At night, they say a lot of women are usually in bed scrolling, and that's your chance. Because there's something called a half-life on a lot of these things. So if you don't get a lot of engagement out the gate, it's very unlikely that it'll be seen. Same thing with Pinterest. Once a pin gets pinned a lot of times, it's basically going to go viral and you'll get really good traction. If you don't get it right out the gate, it's very unlikely that your pin is really going to do super well, because it's going to have to be someone really searching for exactly what you put in as the criteria. So I never, I'll see someone on my team post at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night and I'm like, why did you post that? It actually is worse you're better off not posting anything than posting at a really off time because, okay, so I don't know if you guys know a lot about, do you do a lot of the algorithms? Probably not, right? No. Okay, so like, for example, live sales are the number one way to get your algorithm up. Anything live. So let's say you're not a huge fan of selling live. It makes you nervous or whatever the case is. Maybe you're a really good baker. Bake a cake and go on and let your group get to know you. Have coffee with them, chat with them, whatever it is. If you're scared of the live sales or you don't like the live sales, try to step outside your comfort zone and do something else. I have my girls to gear up for the compensation change plan. We're doing a sales boot camp for the month of June. And I put them through the ringer. I feel awful now, but they had very, very strict rules to join the special group that we created. And so one of the things was I challenged them to do trivia or play a game in their group not related to a sale. So maybe ask some trivia questions. We ask trivia questions almost every day on our live sale. And we'll ask 2 or 3 and we'll give $10 in Lula cash. And as soon as we start doing trivia, our viewers just start climbing and climbing because so many people are commenting that it's pushing you up in Facebook algorithms, and Facebook is now showing your live video to way more people. So it's really all of these things I think have a lot to do with the success that we've had because we work really hard on engaging posts. We share a lot with our group. We tell them about our lives. We have introduced our children to them. They know a lot about us. And I think that has really helped make that personal connection. The other day we were saying how our dog is deathly afraid of thunder, lightning, fireworks. And it happened to be thundering when we were on a live sale at night. One of our customers went out and bought the thunder jacket and sent it to us with a card. And so I think that it really shows how often, like how much we've engaged with our group. When they come on, I announce people by name. If I have something and I pull it out of inventory and I'm like, Barb, you would love this. And even with 31,000 people, I do everything that I can to make personal connections and show people, I remember your sizes, or isn't this your size? Or I think this would go with that Lola you got last week, which I know is hard for some people. But I try to jot down notes for customers so that I can kind of remember those things. Oh, great question. So I do lives in my group. We've only ever done one live sale on our business page. And I should probably mention my husband does all of the live sales with me. If we do a weekend sale, I do it on my own. And we'll invoice together. But if we do a weekday sale, even at night, we only do it when the kids are in bed. And the reason that we do this is if you haven't watched one of our live sales, I encourage you, please come on, check it out. We are so organized. It's scary how organized we are. I am typically selling except my husband sells Cassie's and Monroe's. I don't know why every time that man sells a Cassie or Monroe, he sells a million of them. And so I just kind of let him do it probably half the time because I'm making him put it on and they're all laughing at him, but whatever works. And so most of the time I do the selling and he records. So we have the sticker tags from Amazon that have numbers. When every piece comes into our from boxes, we immediately put a number right onto the tag. We don't use it to track anything except for when we sell it. We don't have like a cataloging system or anything for it. And so we put that number up. I hold up the piece and we say the number, and that's how they claim it. It also helps us so that if they're returning, that number's on there. And so we know that whose that is, or sometimes people don't put their receipt or their name on any of the packaging and you're like, oh no, where did this come from? And so we can look it up that way. You don't have to run the risk of losing the tag off the hanger, and you don't have to constantly put new tags onto things, which has been great. So while I sell, he's in the background and he's writing the name, size, style, and the number. And he's typing it right into the computer so that when we get off our live sale, and I think you guys might have heard I was telling Julie, we have 2 very part-time assistants. They do about 10 to 12 hours a week each. They don't sell, they don't do invoicing, no shipping. They primarily package and they take items out and they do pictures. They unpackage stuff. And so it's very hard for them to make an error because they can cross-check. So we come in and they package. So they usually arrive when our sale's over. They come during the day for a few hours, and they package the items and they put an asterisk next to it when it's been packaged on this Excel spreadsheet. And the Excel spreadsheet is using sheets, and every one of us is sharing the same document. So they're in that, doing that, and while they're doing that, we're actually invoicing. And I invoice from the top, Richie invoices from the bottom, and we highlight everything yellow as it's been invoiced. And then when it's going to be shipped, we highlight it green. And then we make it red if someone passes or cancels, and we have to put it back into inventory. And so it's really worked well for us, but it's definitely been something that's evolved over time. I don't know, I'm sure you guys saw the Americana craze. I knew it was going to be crazy. I didn't know it was going to be as crazy as it was. And we had our biggest ever one-day live sale last Monday. We sold 287 pieces, about $14,000 in 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I was shocked. We didn't have a single mistake. We didn't have a single error. He was like, we were shopping the boxes and I was pulling them out and he was writing them. And it was like we couldn't have planned it better. It worked out perfectly. But I think it's really important, and it's a lot of our organization. We use a Mevo camera, which I always like to tell people, MEVO. If you don't have one, they are a little expensive, but it's definitely something I would recommend investing in. The quality of the pictures is unbelievable. We also use a ring light, and our Mevo sits inside the ring light. It really helps people to see the quality, the picture. They can actually really see the colors, which has been really great for us, and we've gotten nothing but compliments. I'm going to look at some of my stuff too and see if I kind of got handwritten notes. We still put handwritten notes. I usually have them in here. We have a thank you card that says, we have a little thing that says the FOIs on the bottom of it. And so I'll sit here and maybe I'll watch TV, or I'll be doing something, or I'll be watching a training, or the home office call is usually when I do a lot of them. And I'll write out, 20 to 30 in a sitting. And we don't get to put them in every package, and I wish that we could. But I do try to put them in a lot of them. Some of our best VIPs, we used to go through the Google form. Now we just go through our sheets, and we randomly at the end of the month, we pick 10 people. And we send them a free pair of leggings with a thank you note for shopping for us, with us that month. And we get a lot of really great feedback. We try to be super generous. We usually have mystery hosts on our live sales. And so for every 10 items that sell, we'll give someone a free pair of leggings. And we'll pick right on live. We'll use random.org and we'll pick straight from the spreadsheet. Some days we'll spin a wheel, and it has everything from a free Anna to a million things. A Carly, Lula Cash, free shipping, and every 15 items that sell will spin that wheel. And it really gets people excited because they want to know, okay, how many are away from a spin? And then they start encouraging each other to buy, which is always super, super awesome and exciting. So let me just see if I think I got most of the things that I really wanted to touch on. I always try to say, what are the top things that I think that people could do to improve their business? And I would say using all social media platforms, not just your VIP group, using your business page, using Pinterest, using Instagram. I know people that use Snapchat. I tried for a while. It didn't really work for me. I felt like I was spending a lot of time doing it and I wasn't really seeing the results from it. So it's something I kind of moved away from. Everyone always says to be a learn-it-all, and I believe that you need to be a learn-it-all in the overall business, but I also think you need to be a learn-it-all in your business. You need to know what are your best-selling pieces, what are your worst-selling pieces, when are your best live sales, when are your worst live sales. Are you only going live on Thursdays at 8 p.m.? You're only hitting the same customers. Maybe you can hit a 12 o'clock slot. Or maybe you can do a Sunday night sale, or you could do a brunch sale, or try to find a different time where you're going to hit new, different customers, which I think is huge because that's when you really start to move the older pieces, the in-homes and all of that. This is going to be part of my challenge to you guys when you leave this is I tell everyone you have to post 3 pictures of yourself wearing Lularoe a week. And it can't be the same thing and it can't be leggings. So maybe it's a Julia and a Lola. That's one of my favorite combinations. Maybe it's a Cassie as a scarf. But you want to be innovative and you want to really show people how to do this. And so I'm going to leave you as part of your challenge, but I don't want you to post them in your VIP. I want you to post them on Instagram or on your business page, because those are, so what I post in my VIP, I don't post on my business page. And what I post on my business page, I don't post on my VIP or Instagram. Instagram and business, I do the same. Because I find that a lot of people that do Instagram don't do, or do Facebook, don't do Instagram. So I feel like there's a very different market, but I try to post different things on my business page than my VIP group as to not bore people. And then definitely making a plan and being consistent, and don't stop trying. If something isn't working, you have to try something else. If you're not at your goal, you have to go live more, or you have to sell more. And I know that for some people, it's really hard that, you work full time or, whatever the case may be. And I always tell people, I respect whatever everyone's goals are, but I want to see the people on my team hitting their goals. And a lot of the times, one of the biggest reasons that I see that people don't hit their goals is they're not doing it enough. They're not being consistent enough. They're not having enough live sales. Listen, I'm crazy. I know that, my goal every month is 100,000. And I know that it's crazy and I drive myself crazy. But if I know that I know what I need to sell every day. I know how much my average piece sells for. So one of the other things I have to say is we don't really sell leggings. We sell leggings maybe twice a month. We carry about 100 leggings in each size. I like them, but they're the lowest profit margin. And I just feel like, I don't know, I love all the other pieces so much more. And so I'm always really pushing those. You will probably see 1 or 2 live sales a month where we have leggings. And it's usually an OS versus TC battle. I'm OS, my husband is TC, and it's usually with some kind of giveaway for a group. We might give away a bag. We might give away a gift certificate, whatever it is, but we make the OS ladies battle the TC ladies. I'm OS. I lose every time. And every time they all laugh at me, but we do it every month. And I make my husband put the leggings on and jump out the side of the house last week when we were doing our thing to get people excited. And I think that that's really important, but you have to, don't worry about what other people are doing. I have left 90% of VIP groups because I was in the comparison trap. I do not let myself go there anymore. I only worry about what I control. And I know some people hear our goals and they're like, you guys are nuts. It works for us. I know it sounds crazy. We do work really hard and we work a lot of hours, but we have an end goal. Our goal has always been, so Deanne, my favorite thing is Deanne always used to say, drive somewhere and pick out a house or do something and find something that you're working for. Like Mark said, it was his plane. He wanted a plane. And so for us, we wanted a new house. And so we used to drive by this property and it was 3 acres and it was 150,000. And we were like, we will never afford that. And so we would drive by and we would look at it and we would be like, oh, we got to get that one day. For years, this is before Lularoe. And so we called again and they kept dropping the price and dropping the price. Well, we close on that property on Thursday and we are building a new house and our goal is to pay for the entire house in cash. And so we are working our butts off to build this house in cash. And so we keep saying, okay, we just got to do this 100,000 for 6 months. The house is going to be paid for and then we're going to take a nice vacation. But it's just, it's been a lot of consistency. It's been a lot of hard work. It has not been easy. It is late nights. It is early mornings, but I think that when you have something you're working for, it makes it so much better. I always joke to him, we get off, I'm like, okay, we paid for the bathroom. Now what? What can I get next? So I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. I always tell people, and I hope this is okay with you, you can unmute yourself if you want to ask questions, or you could write them in the chat, whatever is easier for you guys. Because I definitely want to be able to answer them. I know a lot of people have questions about boosting. So if you want me to share my screen, I'd be happy to do that and kind of, do that. Okay.
That was one of my questions. That, and then while you're doing that, how long do you go live for normally? Do you pick one style and you just?
So we usually do It depends. Mondays, we have Richie's mom here, and she's awesome, and she will hold down the fort for as long as we need. So on Mondays, sometimes we go live from 9 to 11:30 or 12. We also go live based on how many people are on. So we can get a lot of viewers. When we did a sale recently, we had 750 people on. And so our thing has always been, we do not get off if there's more than 50 people on. I don't care what time it is. We just keep going because we feel as though we're missing opportunities. If people are on and they want to shop, we're going to do it as much as we possibly can. But on average, they're about 2 hours. Weekend ones, I only keep to an hour. If they're 2-hour ones, we show multiple styles. And like I said, we always pick what's most stocked. We do requests once in a while where we'll take 5 requests, write them down, show those, and then take 5 more. But we usually try to do those at the end of sales when there's less viewers on, because when there's too many viewers, it can get, really hectic for us.
And so if you did Irma's and then 3 weeks later you're doing them again, you're showing the same ones that didn't sell.
Oh yeah, every time. Okay. I show the whole thing every time.
Do you go in order of size? You gold? I'm curious.
Do I go in? Yes, I go in size order, but I reverse.
Okay.
So if I'm doing Irma's and Lucy's, I'll do Irma's extra, extra small to 3XL, and then Lucy's from big to small. Okay. So that, and people really like that because they feel like it's fair that we're constantly switching it up. I show the same ones. I will show the same ones 1,000 times. I see that was one of the questions. We always do it. I don't care how many times I've shown it. I'm showing it again. And I'm going to, and a lot of the times, if it's something that I know is a little bit older, I try to say, okay, I would wear wedges and I would put my hair up, or I would put a chunky blue necklace on with this, or this would look really great to go to here, to try to kind of play it up a little bit. My group laughs because they're like, you love everything. I'm like, I do. I'm like, I do say that I love everything. And I also, okay, so how often do we do album sales? We don't do them very often, and and actually, I think this is something I probably should have mentioned. We do not do full inventory album sales. We have found that if we do smaller album sales with less styles, we sell more because people are too overwhelmed and don't end up going through all the albums. Tonight we posted 10 styles. Some nights, hey, listen, we still have bad nights with album sales where we'll sell 5 pieces. I still do it because there's 5 people that want it, and usually they're not my same shoppers that are on my live sales. So I'm typically moving out some other pieces, which I like. My husband is full-time. He quit his job in November. That was the hardest thing for us. We went back and forth for weeks. And finally our accountant looked at us and was like, you're losing money by him being at work. He's like, you're losing money. And so he kind of broke it down, and he's like our go-to. Like, I don't know. We love our accountant. Like, he's my, when I'm arguing with Richie and I'm like, we're not doing that. I'm like, Frank, can you please tell him? And so he's like my other husband that can talk Richie down from all the crazy things. Do you think that would still work? Yes, I definitely think that it would work if you have less inventory. Is there a reason, Inri, are you slowing down from growing your inventory? And let me say something also that was probably important and I should have mentioned. I didn't break over that big sales hump until I grew my inventory. And I don't know if it was like the Russells and all of my upline has very big inventories. And a lot of the times they kept saying, grow your inventory, grow your inventory, grow your inventory. And I was always scared. I don't know why. I was just scared to have this big inventory. And it's probably one of my biggest regrets was not growing my inventory sooner, because we didn't really double and do super well where we wanted to be until we grew our inventory over that 1,000-piece mark. And even now we find that the more inventory we have, the more that we sell. And sometimes it's hard to justify. And I even tell my downline a lot of times, like, guys, I get it. Like, sometimes it's really hard. Maybe you can add 5 extra pieces in a week, but do it. slowly add those extra pieces. And I totally recommend going deep before going wide. I think you're better off having a larger selection in styles than having a larger inventory with more, because there's less selection for people to choose from. My target number is about 10, except for Carly's. Carly's are one of my best sellers. I actually usually stock 20 in a size in Carly's, just because that's something that works well for me. But on the reverse of that, I carry some of the children's style, and I'll only carry 4 to 5 in that, or even like sometimes even less. And I didn't really carry children's until a lot of people come to my house and wanted kid styles, and then I started carrying some. And I don't do well online, but it's been great for us. How to go back to work full time after. Oh, so you had to go back to work and you feel like you've lost a lot of time to work your business. If you're working a full-time job, I would try to do it. So so let's say you can't sell Monday through Friday. Something that I would recommend is, what about doing like Maxi Mondays and maybe having all of your Maxis uploaded on your cell phone, and at noon on your lunch break, drop all of those Maxis to your wall, so that maybe you sell 3 Maxis, but you just got 3 additional sales that day. Or maybe you do Tops Tuesday, and so you'll do some tops, your favorite tops. I tell my girls, do favorite things Fridays. So for people that work, try to find ways to incorporate sales when you're at work. So maybe before you walk out the door to go to work, you post on Fridays your 10 favorite pieces. And then your group kind of knows, okay, she's going to drop her 10 favorite pieces. I got to go check them out. Or on a Wednesday, you're going to do your favorite outfits, and you'll post 10 outfits to your wall. But whatever you can do, and it was kind of relates to what they said on the home office call with all of the income generating activities. What can you do to keep your business selling when you're not selling? Speed videos. Any of you do speed videos? We do leggings on the go. And we number all of our leggings, and we pre-record a 5-minute video and post it sometimes if we need to hit a goal. And we'll do 50 leggings. It'll take me 5 minutes to record the video. I don't have to do pictures. I upload the video. I might only sell 5 or 10 pairs, but those are 5 or 10 additional sales. And I always tell my girls, if you can say you can sell an additional 10 pieces every week, you're at least getting yourself an extra order. And you can spread those pieces out throughout the week, even if you sold 1 extra piece a day. But if you're working full time, I think there are a lot of things that you can do to really mitigate that, to be posting inventory on off days, not only having album sales, trying to make outfits, being creative in how you're presenting things to do things like a little bit differently. I just don't have enough sales to grow. I do this full time. I need some sales for those. I would love to have more. It's always been a goal. So, Anne-Marie, do you do a lot of in-homes? Because I know that that's a really good push. And I know vendor events are really hard to get into right now because it's super competitive, but offer drop-in shopping at your house. We get at least 5 or 6 customers a week on Saturdays. You don't have to ship. You don't have to invoice. They know what to expect. Which I think is really, really important and will really help you. And also, like I said, doing those things to kind of generate additional sales. Because even if you're only squeaking out an additional 5 sales a week, think about what that adds up to over a month. And I think it's important to kind of break down goals like that sometimes. Who grew their inventory too fast. So Maggie, when you say you grew your inventory too fast, do you mean you invested too much in too many pieces and you're having trouble moving it? And then Brianne said, how many outfits do you post at a time? It really varies. I did outfits yesterday for the first time in a while, and I did 25. And I make the outfits, and then my assistants photograph them for me. And I believe I sold 10 of the 25. And then actually what I do is I show them on the live sale, because they're already made. They were already photographed. And believe it or not, so I did that yesterday. I sold 10. And then this morning I showed them on live, and I sold an additional 4 just from showing them. And they were the same ones that were in the pictures, but sometimes people just need to see how you would wear it and how you would style it and describe it. Layering, if you're not layering outfits, you have to do it. You have to. I've been selling a ton of like Monroe's over Julia's, Perfects over Julia's, Nicole's with Perfects, Classics tied over Carly's, and you can really move a lot of old pieces.
I think that's maybe what she was asking about growing inventory. That was my assumption, or my suggestion was going to be outfits.
Yeah. Did she grow her inventory too fast? Is that what she meant?
Yeah, and that maybe she hasn't sold it, so she can't order. So I was going to say outfits would be a great way. I mean, I have
personal styling sessions. Because then you're actually targeting people. Like you could do a post and be like, okay, so wedding season's coming up. Who needs an outfit to wear to a wedding? I throw in free accessories with my outfits always. I go to Charming Charlie, the clearance section online. I order 400 to 500 a month, if not more. Claire's just had this huge sale. They had beautiful stuff for $2, which was awesome.
And you just throw that in the packages.
And I just throw them right into the packages, and people love it. So many people will send us an email or be like, oh my God, thank you so much for that. And it only costs me $2. And I actually do that versus offering free shipping because it's actually more cost effective and people think they're getting something free when you're actually spending less money than if you're offering free shipping, which works out.
Like you're going to get a free accessory or you just throw it?
I say comes with a free accessory.
Okay.
Like a free gift from us. And sales dropped as soon as the new year hit, but I do outfits and I do live, I do open houses. So do you do, are you boosting? Okay. So let me show you my business.
Yeah. Let's get to the boost. I want to know.
Yeah. Let me get to
my husband. He's like, share it all.
Let me see. Okay. So let me go. My internet has been really, I'm going to go on my husband's because my internet has been really crapping out with this. Okay. I want to get this way. Okay. We're going to go here. 2 questions. Where is it? Now I got to go big again. Okay, there we go. And I'll share my screen. Okay. So here, let me go to my business page.
Crystal, do you ever change your name?
So no, and we actually it's funny that you say that. We actually just changed our name this past weekend to the Foys because we were always Lularoe Crystal Foy. And everyone calls us the Foys. Everyone knows us as the Foys. And I just felt like we needed to be the Foys. Like it couldn't just be Lularoe Crystal Foy anymore. Okay, so business page. I'm sure he has it here. Okay, so my business page is still Lularoe Crystal Foy. But you'll really be able to see. Also, I said in a way message, something that I don't know if I said, we only allow our customers to email us. We do not accept private messages. And it has saved my sanity so much. I can't even tell you. When I was doing that, I felt like I had to answer all the time. And now they email us and we file them into folders. It is so much better. We have a record of everything. So I highly recommend that, guys. It's been really great for us. Okay. So this is just like a regular thing. So like I had a ton of Patrick's and I was like, all right. And actually, believe it or not, Patrick's are one of our best sellers. And I know a lot of people have trouble selling them. And like, I just paired it with a Madison and some really cute shoes and Charming Charlie accessories. And I sold a ton. This was a Julia and a Lola. So you could kind of get an idea of how I'm very often posting. We have a lot of customers that review us. I haven't asked them to, and it's something that I plan on doing moving forward because I really think that helps. And I can't see questions, so I will come back and ask and answer those after for you guys. So let me see if it'll go down. So this is something that I did a while ago that was really successful. I did a Carly styling video. And I had people share the video to get a chance to win a free Carly. And it worked out really well because we sold a lot. But if you look, we do fairly well considering it's on the thing. And like I said, I don't share a lot of pictures with my kids, but like once in a while, like this weekend we went to a farm and like I thought it was cute to like show like, like kind of like the outside, part of us. We just started working out because we're trying to get in shape. And so people are really loving this. We're selling out of Jades and Jordans and Patrick's because we're wearing them all the time to the gym. Another thing, we just started fundraiser Fridays. And we're doing a fundraiser in our group every single Friday. And we asked our VIPs to submit ideas in their local communities of people that they think need help. And, we said we're not going to be able to get to everyone, but we were going to try our best. And we did our first one last Friday, and it happened randomly. It was this woman, Katie, she's here. She lost her daughter to they had twins, and the one daughter didn't survive. She had them at 24 weeks. And so it was their 5th birthday, and she came on our live, and she said, I want to pay for the 5th person's purchase. So my husband goes, well, and I'm going to cry because it makes me cry every time. He goes, well, we're going to pay for every 5th purchase. And so we had a huge live sale, and we paid for every 5th person that purchased. And the deal was, if you were one of those people that got your something purchased, you had to go do a good deed for someone else, and you had to post it in our group and write #4Lily, because that was her name. And we had hundreds. I mean, we had consultants that reached out and got her address and sent her clothes. We had people sent, one lady bought 10 pizzas for a local fire department. I mean, it was like incredible. But it really just reminded us of like the good things that we could do and how much we could touch people. And this woman like sent us this thing and basically said like, my entire life has changed because you guys did this. Okay. So here is my, this is drop and shopping. So this is our, I have to go, hold on. Sorry. Nope. I got to go on mine because you can't see the boosting from his. So let me switch over so you guys can see, because I'm going to show you how I boost the drop-in shopping is what I've had the best response. Why is that coming up? From boosting. I guess they got $5 and $10 sweatshirts on Lularoe Supply. Okay, here we go. So I'll really be able to show you what I do. I have found a 30-mile radius is best based on our area. That might be different based on if you live in like a big city or where you live, but we typically do between a 30 and 50, depending on how many people I really want to come, is what I do. And so you can just boost individual pictures like this. I would suggest boosting something. Okay, so here is I had this boosted last week. When I typically boost, I try to boost pictures with me to create that brand recognition. I need to have more professional pictures done, so I use this one in the meantime. But so I'll do join us to shop our huge Lularoe inventory, and you can kind of see the results of what it reached. And we go through this, and so we see how many people did we reach. So we spent $50 over 7 days. So not very often. And I got a lot of this from, I don't know if you guys follow Amber Jones. She has a huge group. She has 85,000 people in her VIP. She spends 20% of her profit every month advertising, 20%. I think that's a little high. We spend between $350 and $600 a month. Which really isn't a lot given our sales, but I also don't want to have a huge jump in viewers. I want to slowly grow my group. And that's always been one of my things. I did one legging loop last year. I don't do legging loops. I do not participate in multi-consultant sales. So you can kind of see the links, you can kind of see the things, and you can boost another one. Let me see if I have one running. And I try to have stuff running at all times, but not a lot. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and I want to make that very clear. Okay, so here's how you would boost, and I'll give you an actual, or oh, look here. So I just boosted this one. I'm trying to book more parties in our shed. And so you can actually see what I have. So I'm targeting women from 25 to 65 plus that live in New Windsor, New York area. I ran it for 14 days with a $75 budget. You can see the people that I've reached. 48 people clicked through it. And these are all things that at the end of the month, I gauge every single advertisement that I did, and then I tweak for the next month. Okay, what seemed to work the best? What didn't? Americana. So here's how you actually boost. So you're going to want to go into here. You do not want to do people who like your page, because that's only going to reach people that are already going to see it. You want to do other things. You also have the option to run the promotion on Instagram. I recommend doing it, although I don't always do it. I only do it for some of them. Once again, I think variety is key, the people you're targeting. So for this one, I did shopping and fashion, dresses, luxury goods, shopping malls, online shopping, clothing, boutiques, fashionista. Every time it's different. So this is more of like children's apparel and stuff like that. And you could see some of the other ones that I have, because you can actually save them all. This one is more similar, but some of them I'll do, what's this one? Where I'll do like skirts, dresses, maxi skirt, pencil skirt, and get really specific. For this, you could, for something with Americana, you could do American, you could do like things like that. You can also exclude Lularoe consultants, which I think is really important, not because you don't want to share that with them, but because it saves you money. Because they're showing it to a lot of consultants, and that is actually, it's not going to hurt you, but it's not going to work as well. So you can close that. So that's like the basics of how you boost. But like I said, change it up. Try different targets. And I'm going to be able to go back so that I can see some of the questions. So change who you're targeting. Change who you are, the categories. Change the areas, change the radius. You can play with the age groups. Those are all things, but make sure you're going back and you're looking at the things that you did do and figure out, okay, this worked really well. This didn't work well. I do not offer free shipping. I offer free shipping with $150. We used to do it with $125. Now we do it with $150. I do not, I have never, ever discounted a single piece, ever, not once. And I really, that is one of the things I stand firm with, because I feel like the second I offer a discount, my customers are always going to be wondering when that next discount is coming. And I just have tried to stay out of that. If I have older inventory that I really need to move, I don't, I do mystery sales. I try to do mystery sales, or I try to put it in outfits, and I'm usually able to move some of my older inventory doing that. The last couple of weeks, we did a huge round of mystery sales. We sold over 150 items in all of the mystery sales over 2 weeks, and we moved some of our older pieces, and we threw some, it's good because you're kind of discounting, but you're never advertising it. You're throwing in an accessory. You're throwing in Lula Cash. You're throwing in something small that makes these people really excited, and you're moving some of your older inventory without ever having to say, PM me for a discount, or offering, Julia's are $35, which I think is really great. And Lula Cash, they're going to come back and they're going to shop with you again, which is kind of a great thing. How do you vary sizes and outfits? I try to hit so that's my reasoning for doing 25 outfits or bigger numbers, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting everyone. I don't post unless I have a ton. And I think that that's really, really important. A snapshot of your spreadsheet. I could show you that. So my labels, I don't have my inventory in my house, so I can't show you that, but I can show you my spreadsheet. Let me share my screen again. I'll show you. And I want to show you and another thing that I think is important is, if I go, how do I move this down? So we have everything, all these different things in our email. We have the fundraiser folder. We keep all of the shipping that needs to be done in a separate folder to keep it organized. Richie does all the shipping, but we have a lot of folders, and everyone emails us, which has really helped us. Keeps me organized. And we use Google Sheets, and we keep them by month. And then they're broken down from the month by day. So at the bottom, you'll see it has all of my husband's probably working in it now because I think he's doing shipping. Okay, so here they are. So this was our live sale this morning. And you can see the asterisk means that it's been packaged by our assistants. This is what he writes on the live sale. Yellows, it's invoiced. Greens means it's already paid and it's been shipped. And you can kind of go through. If someone cancels, my assistants know that they can put that back into inventory. And we just go through day by day, and it really keeps us organized that way so that we don't have any issues. If they have Lula cash, if something's wrong, and so like if they have a credit or anything, they send us an email. I don't know, do you guys use, like I use a Google form for giveaways to keep track of those. I use a Google form for exchanges. So like if we have an exchange, they fill out the Google form.
It's Isaac, Mama.
And if I scroll all the way down, I'll be able to show you. And this has helped me keep really organized because I can keep track of, you know, okay, so she's sending back an Irma, it doesn't fit. So she just filled this out. So I'll go like this. And then when we receive it, and then we'll put the credit amount here, and then we highlight it green, which has been awesome because then I can't really lose track of things, which I think is really, has really been helpful for me.
Do you want to be my assistant?
I'm very organized. And I really think that that's what's kind of helped us. And like we tweak. If stuff isn't working for us, we are like, okay, what can we do to make this better? How do we make this work and be a little bit easier? We live in New York. And the labels are right on Amazon. Just look for numerical sticker labels. They come in a 1,000 roll. And so we buy a couple thousand. There are duplicates in our inventory, but the chances are during a live sale, you're not going to hit the same number twice. And we try to kind of go through. Any recommendations for a great launch party? Try to get people to get to know you. I don't know if you're launching in albums or in home. For albums, we've been trying to do like fun games. Like I recently did, tell me how you would style this outfit. And so they'll all comment and we'll pick 2 people that said how they'd style that outfit to get it. And it gets engagement up, it gets people excited, and then it actually gets a lot more sales because people get ideas. Thank you, Maggie. Mystery sales, okay. Mystery sales are a tough sell. I think it takes a lot of time to build up to a mystery sale. In the beginning, I could never do them. Now, I'm never gonna send my customer my worst print, and I think they know that. And I think that we've kind of gotten that trust with them. And I think that really goes hand in hand with posting yourself in the outfits and, you know, being vulnerable and sharing things. Like I was hysterical on the live sale on Friday, hysterical. My group probably thought I was a lunatic, but they know us now. You know what I mean? They know a lot about us. My husband and I banter. We drive each other nuts some days. Some days I'm like, oh my God, just go. Please, just don't even stand here with me anymore. And then other days, you know, we are really great, which is awesome. We keep our live sale posted for the rest of that day. And we write at the bottom in the comments, and then we change the title, and it says no longer live. Please feel free to shop the replay. If you'd like to claim something, please leave us either a screenshot or the size and the style. And then in the morning, before we get on our new live sale, we pull those items for individuals. And we usually get actually like 5 to 10 new cells in the replay by leaving it available. And then we just turn commenting off. I don't delete stuff out of my group. I leave it all posted. Live sales from 100 years ago are still posted. I just have the commenting turned off. A lot of people say that when you delete them, you're messing with the algorithm because those posts might have been really good and you're pulling yourself down because it's not had that engagement anymore. My spreadsheets. I know, it's like, they're really easy. In a spreadsheet, just use Google Sheets, and then multiple people can do it at one time. And it's great because like when we were at leadership, we could just pull it up on our phone and be somewhere and just be able to pull it up. You don't have to be at your desktop. We had our albums posted the whole time we were at leadership to try to get extra sales. Yes, you have to discount beforehand for Lula Cash. So we've kind of have our group conditioned that after a live sale, if you have Lula Cash, if you have an exchange credit that you need, if you have a question, if you have anything, send us an email immediately after the sale, so that right when we start invoicing, we can get to it. And like I said, we sell. So like our typical day, we wake up early, really, really early. Our baby gets up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier. We do breakfast, we pack lunch, or make lunch, or do whatever the things we're doing. One of us is working on shipping. I'm working on team time. Then we go live. We come in from live, we invoice. I go back to team time. Richie goes to shipping. We try to do some kind of workout in the early afternoon. We have set hours from 5 to 7:30 every night. We do not answer emails. We do not answer questions. Someone's house could be burning down. I don't want to know about it. My phone is in a basket in the kitchen because otherwise I would never stop. And even with my team, a lot of them, I have them email me because it's a lot easier for me to keep up with and organize because PMs get lost. I forget about them. With emails, there's a folder in there that says read me. And it's Richie dragging all of the emails that are really important that I need to read over. And my team has a separate email that I check just for my team stuff, which has kept me really organized as well.
Cindy, I know that's not you. Do you have a question? They had their hand raised, but I can't tell. I don't know. I cannot thank you enough. This is so, I literally took 5 pages of notes. And I still want to fly you down here to revamp my whole entire system. You need to come to North Carolina.
We're going to the Outer Banks.
Oh, when?
Lacey rented a house for all of the coaches.
Oh, good.
In September, so we're going down, and then we're going to Virginia Beach at the end of this month. We're taking a little vacation. We're bringing our inventory. We're going to sell it right out of the back of the truck.
Maybe I'll drive up there and see y'all for a day.
Yeah, well, we'll see you at convention too, which will be awesome.
For sure. The Outer Banks is amazing, but I literally my phone is blowing up. This has been amazing. So I just really cannot thank you enough. I know it has been, if it's been this beneficial for me, I can't even imagine what it's like for other girls. So if anything, I'm just taking away, it is a business and you're treating it like a business, which is what they always tell us. And I'm just like you. I share the same philosophy and that I want this to be for you and your family what you need it to be or want it to be for you and your family. And I think it's possible no matter what that is. And I just feel like, you may be on one extreme and somebody might be on the other, but that's okay. It's totally doable, but you're so inspiring. So I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored. If you guys have questions and you want to send them to Julie and Julie can pass them along to me, I'm happy to answer any questions that I can.
Thank you. Yes, I will email you. I'm going to get strict about that. So you can turn off PM from or you just have an auto reply that on my business page, it's an auto reply that says that we don't answer, we do not answer any private messages. Please send us an email. And in our group, we just have it posted everywhere. In the top of every video that we do. We also use text messaging, which I didn't say and I should have said. We send text alerts for sales. And I could send you the information on the system that we use. They're awesome. We use text marks. It is a little pricey. Our viewers spike substantially when we send a text alert. If our album sales seems down and we send a text, all of a sudden people are commenting. Yesterday we did it with outfits and everyone was liking everything. And it's really helped. I never did any giveaways or anything to get people to sign up because I always wanted them to want to be involved. Mm-hmm. We've got about 1,200 people that signed up for text messaging, which has been great, especially with all of the things that are going on with Facebook. I think it's really important to have another way to communicate with people. Yeah. And one other thing, I love that you said, even if you have 50 people, when I hear you have 31,000 and I think 50, I love that you're capturing just that crowd. Because I think sometimes we see there's only 15 people on. Well, those 15 people may be buying. So you don't diminish small numbers by any means.
Never. Even if, we could have 700. I don't care. If there are people on and people want to see stuff, I'm going to keep showing it. Mm-hmm. No matter, one of the things is you guys know, this is an exhausting business. It takes a lot of hard work and for me, it's every day. I'm just like, okay, what are my goals today? How am I going to get through it? Let me make my lists. I mean, I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. My husband joked before, he's like, did you eat? I did another team training earlier today. I went to the gym. I did a live sale. I did an album sale. So, I just think it's important to put in what you want. And some people don't have huge goals for this. It's just a little extra. But my thing has always been, I want to do whatever I can to help people, and that's why we try to train a lot, because, I think it's important for everyone to know that whatever their goal is, it's important that they're getting to that goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we took way more of your time than I intended, but
no, that's okay. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a great night.
You too. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.